Hi, friends. I cannot help to smile, and it always happens whenever I'm thinking of him because he's got such an excellent sense of humor. We studied together, and I tell you, you could hear the students laughing, walking next to him in the corridors. He had such a tremendous amount of energy, long hair, drove a motorbike, big one. And I can still remember one day in class, we had to do our presentations on farm planning. And he gave a presentation that none of the tutors will ever forget and none of the students. Because instead of a normal farm, he used a model dressed in a very small amount of clothing. And yeah, his presentation was excellent. So excellent, I think even today the tutors are smiling whenever they think about this. I can still remember one day he made a accident because somebody walked in front of his motorbike. Many incidents that I can tell you. But I can also remember at one stage we went there to Ermelo, and there's a research station, and he got hold of a bicycle standing there. And we were supposed to sleep in the hall when he came in, and at that stage, none of the students were sober anymore. And he drove past the beds and so on. And while driving in his state, somebody will just come with a broom and just press it through the spokes of the wheel. And yeah, we laughed. At one stage, I laughed so much, the tears were running down my eyes. And some people couldn't even stand the way that they laughed. We really enjoyed it with him. Life with him is a pleasure. It so happened that at one stage, we were really poor. And I went for a job interview, and there he was, part of the panel. And then I got the job fair and square. He appointed me and he trained me because he was like an engineer. He was trained and I wasn't trained in that area. And he taught me how to plan water reticulation systems, how to use the total station, the GPS, normal dumpy level, all those things. I learned everything from him. But one thing that amazes me about this person, because there in Proverbs 27 verse 17, it's saying that iron sharpens iron, and that's how friends form each other. And this is why I'm thinking of this person, because whenever I'm thinking of him, he's got such tremendous characteristics that sometimes you just admire a person for those qualities that he's got. And you ask God to make it part of your own being, of your own substance. And I can remember, like I say, when I worked for him, he's got a heart of a father. In other words, he was never threatened by anybody. He always wanted us to excel. If we can excel better than he does, that's how a father's heart is. It's his joy. It's his delight. We knew that we only have to do our part. He will fight for you for the necessary promotion and so on. It was so nice working with Frans Lategan there in Vryburg. And Frans at one stage went through a terrible test. It was a very difficult thing because his son was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he wrote a piece, and everybody saw what he wrote. It was such depth, such depth. It was publicized in a magazine, and the nurses all wanted to have some additional copies so that they can also distribute it to their friends. And whenever I'm thinking of you, Frans, he was also like a brave soldier in 3-2 Battalion. And I can just say to you, Frans, you are the kind of person I would like to go to war with, people like you. And I salute you, my friend. And I just ask God to richly bless you, because your unselfish behavior spoke deeply to me. The fact I can still remember Jan Lategan, Mac, Robert, everybody that worked under you. You made us all to excel. And I will never forget it. It was the best years of my life. I wish I can have it over. I bless you in the name of Jesus Christ, Frans.